right, we're ready?
We're ready.
All right. Trying to solve some technical difficulties. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the February 15th, 2022 meeting of the Town of Manchester Planning and Zoning Commission. Tonight, we are being held via Zoom due to some restrictions still in place at Town Hall. It's good to see everybody. I hope you had a good holiday season. And again, Dale, it's good to see you with us after some personal issues. With that being said, your packets have been distributed. If the members would go ahead and look through the October 19th, 2021 minutes. And while you're doing that, I will, after you do that, I will accept a motion to accept as written, or if there's one for changes.
Alex, since I read these earlier, I'll make a motion that the October 19th, 2021 meeting minutes be accepted as submitted.
Okay, motion on the floor, motion made by Commission Member Leskinen to accept the minutes as written.
Robert Graham, I'll second that.
Okay. Commission Member Graham seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor simply signify by raising your hand. Okay, motion has been accepted and the minutes are accepted. Michelle, your report?
Okay, I don't have a real formal one, but I wanted to go over a couple of the, since we haven't met for a while. Equine Meadows, I sent you the packet out today with the things that have not been approved in preliminary. They're still having stormwater management problems. The Lamont property, I don't know if did you get all the packets for that, the plans? Did that get sent out to you? It was a big plan. Mavericks. Anyway, they are going to be probably on our agenda next month. We've got a couple reviews with them, but I am going to send them some concerns that I sent you in the email. And I would like to know if any of you have anything to add to that. And Premier Dental, we just had a pre-concept submittal today. They want to expand to the rear of their building, and you will be seeing something on that coming up also. Carroll property, we finally got, we believe, a start to a PWA, and we've got some plans that for the water main that's going back there. So we should see that starting probably within a month. And let's see, Lippy property, I haven't really had anything going on that other than the traffic study that was done throughout town and put the fear in people because they used cameras instead of the strips on the roads. And let me see if I have anything else. I think that's all I got right now.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Steve?
Hey, good evening, commission members. I just have two quick items. As Michelle alluded to, we did have some issues with the traffic study that was done for Lippy Old Town. A new technology was used that I don't feel has ever been used within the town, and the Linhart traffic study folks used cameras. And it happened to be that, excuse me, one of our snowplow drivers happened to see a camera, and then the police department started receiving phone calls of cameras at different locations, and we did an investigation and found out that it was done for the traffic study. So that, as Michelle alluded to, that did cause some chaos for a few hours till we figured out what was going on. My other item, I wanted to tell you folks that I announced to the mayor and council at a budget session a few weeks ago that I will be retiring this year. My last working day, hopefully, will be sometime the last week in August, and my last official day will be October 10th. So I'll be, I gave the mayor and council plenty of time to find a replacement. So 43 years is enough. I'm moving on. I actually have 45 full years of service in. So I'm done. I'm going to enjoy things now. So I just wanted to pass that on to you folks. You'll have me for a few more months anyway. So that's it for me.
So Steve, can we make this the farewell tour, and maybe each monthly meeting, we'll have in a different location in town, just to, remind you of where you live and where you were.
Yeah, we can do that. We could do that. I can take you to spots in town that you've never ever been to. So that would be pretty exciting. So
Now that's an accepted challenge.
there you go.
Accepted challenge.
There
Very
you
good.
go.
Thank you, Steve, very much.
Yep.
Mr. Cuneo, council report.
Nothing much to report in the council. We met last Tuesday, just normal council proceedings. We did kick off the budget session, the annual budget session. That's going to continue for the next month or so. So
Awesome, thank you. Price, it's good to see you. Whether it's virtual or live, it's still always good to see you. How is everything in our county capital?
It's going just dandy. A couple big things. The one big thing for Manchester, I did receive yesterday what they call the final action letter from MDE on the amendments we did for the water and sewer plan for Manchester, and they're all approved. So we are in the process. I'm getting a packet together to send out to all the towns, just with the updated maps and that aspect of things, and the updated tables that will be a part of that. So those will be out hopefully next week. I'm going to try to finish that up this week and to get them out next week, just probably via electronic versus hard copies. And of course, I'm not sure if our virtual website is up yet when it comes to the new maps. I informed our GIS person yesterday to hopefully get those posted. It depends on when they go. Sometimes it's over the weekend. So hopefully by next week, the new water and sewer maps will be up to date when you go look in the actual areas. Besides that, tomorrow is our 5th meeting for the ag conservation work group for the zoning text. And we're going to be mostly talking about accessory dwelling units, or continue talking about accessory dwelling units, especially detached, the aspect of things outside in the county. We're also going to talk about just at least the conservation purpose per se. Obviously a lot of times when you hear the word conservation, you think, okay, nothing can be built. But our purpose says one thing. Not that it says one thing, but it reads nothing can be built. But of course, things are allowed in conservation. So we're just going to look at that over. And then finally, just sort of delve into solar again, to sort of see if there is anything that, if we want to expand potentially, because there is some legislation that appears that could be coming down the pike. Nothing guaranteed, but there are certain legislations that are being proposed that may expand solar potentially in areas. So maybe trying to get ahead of the game if possible. But since we just did the huge community solar this past spring, I don't see it being any major changes, but we're going to at least talk about it. And then hopefully by March, hopefully late March, April, we'll start with our planning commission, talking with them. We have started our concept team and starting that slowly to look over the recommendations from the work group. But that's sort of what we're doing. And besides that, those are the big things that are going on. The transportation master plan is still going. We've sort of slowed it down a little bit because we've got a lot of stuff that's come on board all of a sudden. Obviously, the annual report, that's one of them. And then I don't believe the town has anything when it comes to a spring amendment for the water and sewer master plan. But again, just as a reminder for Michelle and to Steve, if any other changes for the triennial update, any updates to the chapters, because I know when we met, Steve gave a couple of suggestions and I have those, but if there's any other things that I know Rodney was looking at it also, if you could get that to me, over the next couple of months, just to make sure that I can get those into our spreadsheet for the water and sewer master plan triennial update, which is the big one. So besides that, everybody's staying, somewhat healthy. Sort of like everybody else, whether it's cold, flu, or COVID, it's sort of running around. So yeah, it ran through my family. So, but hey, it happens. Everybody's feeling better, and I think we're hoping to get back into in-person meetings in the county building relatively soon too. So that's about it.
Very good. Thank you. Quick question from the chair. Any movement or information on the commercial development that was suddenly withdrawn from the County Planning and Zoning Commission that was located down south on Route 30, just past Cape Horn Road at the farm?
If it's at one point in time, I believe, and that's been, at least what I remember, a couple of years ago. Does that sound
Well,
about right?
it was, I believe we took a break in the middle of the year for a couple months because we didn't have anything on the agenda. But I distinctly remember, I can't remember the name of the farm, and that's terrible. I mean, it's only been there my whole life. But they were getting ready to put a commercial development in.
Right.
They were before the county planning and zoning commission. Steel was laying on the property. Then all of a sudden, you said the builders or the landowners withdrew their proposal. The steel was gone, and now it looks back to the way it always has. Just wonder if there was what was going on with that.
Right. And I know I'm working with them at one point in time. There was going to be some type of convenience store. Then I believe they were thinking about not doing that and going straight to all residential in the back, that's what it was zoned.
Right.
But I have not seen or heard anything. Nothing's come across my desk about that at all. So as far as I know, it's on hold indefinitely.
Okay.
I don't know if they had issues. I think it was maybe one of those things where when they decided maybe to go towards the residential aspect, since there's no water and or sewer out there, it had to be done on septic. Well, on
Sure.
septic, they can only do 7 lots. And I think they're like, well, that's not really feasible for us monetarily. So that's about the only thing I can think of. But yeah, nothing has come across my desk, especially since we've been back in the office.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Steve, something for you really quick when we talk about the water sewer plan. It's my understanding that Thomas's Tree Farm did not go into agricultural preservation. Buying my Christmas tree, I had a discussion with I believe one of the owners. It's my understanding that they did not go into ag pres, and they did not know they were being taken out of our water sewer master plan.
They actually knew that they were going to be removed out of the water sewer master plan because we did talk to them about that. In regards to conservation, land preservation, I talked to Mr. Thomas, I talked to Wayne, and at that point in time, he was just starting the process. So possibly they got into that too late for this year. Actually, I did talk to the gentleman in charge of land preservation, Price, refresh my memory, TJ, is it TJ Smith?
JP Smith.
JP Smith. And, I talked to him about that property, and I talked to him that we have some well sites on there. Mm-hmm. So we would have to exclude that, from the preservation, right. And which is no problem. It's been done before. But it's possibility that they just got in too late to get it in. And the county looks at that. They have a number of properties that they do each year. So hopefully next year they'll be able to get into that. So.
Yeah. And Alex, just so you know, they actually, one of the other things I do besides water and sewer is I review the ag pres applications for planning. And that did come across my desk, and I did review for it. It was around, I need to go back and look at my emails, but it's around is November, December-ish. So And I know it takes a little bit. I'm not sure how their cycle works, depending on which program they're going into, how AgPres, how their cycle works, going in front of the commission to potentially do it. So on my end, it came across my desk. So at least that part happened. Now, if it went in front of the commission, that I don't remember anything going in front of the commission. We've had a bunch of different applications that are now ramping back up for, I guess, the fiscal year 22, I believe, maybe. But so it did, at least they applied for it, and the application aspect for consistency came across my desk, and I did my review for what I needed to do.
Well, that's good to hear. I'll have to address that on my own. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate your information. All right. Again, Price, thank you for showing up tonight, and thank you for your report. Next item on the agenda is the 2021 annual report approval. I believe, Michelle, you gave that to us in our packages.
Yes, I gave everyone, and we just have to have a approval of the town of Manchester's input to the county plan, which we only had the 2 items under zoning map and text amendments, as far as amendments to the map and the annexations.
Awesome.
So you can see that information on there, and then this will be submitted to the county for inclusion in their annual report.
Very good. Any questions from any of the members of the commission on the items on the report? Okay, I'll take a motion to accept.
Robert Graham, I make motion to accept the report as written.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you helping me out there. Very good. Motion made by Commission Member Graham to accept the report as written.
Second.
Commission Member Leskinen seconds the motion.
Okay, very good. Have a second by Commission Member Leskinen. Any discussion? All those in favor just signify by raising your hand in the camera. Approval? Any disapproval? Oh, okay. Motion has carried. So that is ready to go. Very good. All right, Michelle, the next item up is the Premier Dental sign approval.
Yes, and they want to remove the existing signage on the building and the freestanding and replace with new signage. I'm not sure, Ron, if you had stuff you wanted to share or if I'm taking it from here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can share it on the screen, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay. We did have, I sent you guys some of the papers out to show you that location of where the sign is proposed to be and the location of where our utilities are. So we know that we are not in, where is it? I'm trying. Right here. So you can see that they are, the sign is going up in this area. And so it's away from all of our stuff. So we did go out and check that. This is where they are proposing to locate the sign. And based upon the first map I showed you, it is outside of the state highway setback and basically where it was before. So then they showed us the old sign that's there at the street and the new sign that they are proposing. We did have some concerns that we sent back to them as far as the site visibility here. And I think they addressed that, and Mr. Thomas can talk to you about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. There should be a drawing there that shows the view. Well, 2 things. One shows the sign imposed over the existing.
Is that this one down here?
No, it would be
Okay, I'm sorry.
a sign comparison. I can try to share.
I don't think I have that one. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me see if I can. I just haven't done. It says my screen sharing is disabled.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I haven't done this for quite a while, so I'm a little green with it. If I can show you, I will.
All right, how do I do that? Just make you co-host and then you can share?
Yeah, stop. So you have to stop sharing your screen, and then if you make Mr. Thomas the co-host, it'll be no problem.
Did that work, Mr. Thomas?
Let's see here, share screen.
Out of practice. I don't like these Zoom ones.
How do I get to my files? Basic. Oh, okay, it looks like it's not going to let me get to my files.
Hmm.
So, but I had sent in a drawing that kind of looks like, I'll just kind of step back, kind of looks like that. If you all have it in your packets, it shows the existing sign superimposed. Basically, it's exactly where the existing sign is. And then there was also a view that said in, it was labeled driver's view northbound Route 30 existing driveway. I don't know if you have all that.
No, they did not. I apologize. They did not have that.
Okay, okay, because
So that was sent to me in an email, I assume.
yeah, if I resend that, would you be able to share?
I'll sure try.
Let me see if I can find that. Bear with me here a
I
minute.
don't know what day that was.
See if I can find you. Send. All right, send. Oh, this might be it. Okay, I see it. Yeah, that's the one you. It's fine. Okay, I think I got it. Here's the file to address the concerns you sent me forward.
Okay, I think I'm finding it.
I'm about ready to send it.
No, I think I found it.
Okay,
Okay, let's come back here and see.
all right. I sent it anyway.
All right. Let me try this again. Where are they? Where's the PDFs? Here.
I don't know why it's not letting me get to my files.
Is
There
this the
you
one?
go. Yep. Okay. So that shows that's just a comparison to show, the existing sign and how the new sign kind of measures up. So, and it's, as you said, it's well outside of the right of way. It's outside of any visibility issues. And then there's also a drawing labeled driver's view northbound.
Right here?
Right. So that's actually me sitting at the driveway, ready to pull out to get a real view. And we scaled the sign in to show you that there's no visibility issues whatsoever. I mean, this is standard procedure. We always check this before we install signs. So we just want to make sure. So that gives you a bird's eye view of how it'll look pulling out of the driveway.
Did you take a similar view from the driveway on the adjoining property? So that the vehicle would be on the north side of the sign, looking at vehicles that are coming down the hill heading northbound.
I did not, but I mean, we checked that. I mean, if they're pulling out, they'll be more closer to the, there shouldn't be any visibility problems either way. If so.
Are we done with sharing?
Yeah, if there's any other questions, I mean,
The other items, commission members, that you would need to discuss would be the times of the static messages and the hold times and times of operation.
I mean, that can, I didn't see anything in code that stipulated if there was a hold time, but the sign is capable of being set, whatever time it needs to be. I mean, I don't think it would, how they're running the sign now, I think is pretty much, I mean, they just run static signs now. I'm not sure what the whole time they're using, but it doesn't seem to be flipping too fast. And there's, yeah.
The commission, when that first sign was originally approved, their zoning certificate was set with regulations to it, of which the time of operation, remember we gave it like 90 days and checked it out to see if there was any issues, which the commission didn't have any. There was no pulsing, it was static messages only. And this will be on your zoning certificate again for
Okay.
them that they have to get.
Okay.
The hold time is a minimum of 15 seconds.
Okay.
The nighttime dimming is required.
Right.
And transition time should be a maximum of 2 seconds.
Okay. So 15-second hold time?
Yeah, and this, I can give you this information, but this is what was set on the last sign. So if the commission members are happy with that, it'll be on this sign, or if you want additional.
I certainly can advise them of that. Yes. I mean, we always advise our customers of what the codes are when we install it.
Is there any discussion from the commission members about carrying over what is already set, what we set from the original sign to the new sign?
Alex, I think that would be fine. I don't know if the commission wants to go ahead and have another, given that it is a different sign, if the commission wants to put that same 90-day stipulation again in there, let it operate and see what we think about it for 90 days, just to verify that for some reason this is not causing a problem that we don't anticipate at this point.
I mean, I professionally don't have a problem with that. I think that's actually doing our due diligence. Just would need to be put into whatever motion we make as we move into deciding how we want to move forward with this sign.
And then the only question I have for Mr. Thomas, I don't have a scale drawing. How far is the easternmost column, that is the column closest to Route 30? How far offset is that from the travel lane on Route 30?
I don't have it from the travel lane, but I know it's going to be about 7 feet back from that right of way, which is the utility pole. But maybe
12 feet.
You say 12 feet, Rob?
It's coming up about that. That island is somewhere between 4 and 5 foot. It's kind of hard to tell on this drawing, but I'd say 4 to 5 feet for the island. And then if the sign is 7 feet back of the right of way line, which is at the back of the island, you're in the 12 foot plus or minus range.
Yeah, the only reason I was asking is you brought up the concern about the driveway to the north of the sign. And since we don't have a view from that, I just wanted to get a mental picture of how much of a setback we have of the sign for visibility. And if we have 12 feet to the shoulder, and then that puts us what? 18, 20 feet to the travel lane? Yeah, but with the width of the shoulder, and I would assume we do have adequate visibility at that point.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Thomas? Any further discussion on the items presented for Premier Dental sign?
just to let you know that you did give it that review of operations on 90 days from installation or September 15th at the time. So I think we set it out 3 months and then whichever would be longer if they didn't get it installed. Mr. Thomas, do you have an idea of installation time?
Right now it's looking about 10 weeks from when we can order the sign, which is after they've signed the contract, we have permits, and
Okay.
we have all the documentation we need, and then we order the sign. It's taking about 10 weeks to get signs right now. So
So it's best we just,
roughly about 3 months.
Okay. The September date was to give us a period of time where school was in session, so that made sure that it wasn't causing any problems with the high school and the light
Okay.
there.
so we just want to do from installation.
I think for this one, from point of use and occupant, or for
Okay.
use certificate associated with it,
Okay.
90 days review.
Yeah, I agree. If they get it in say 10 weeks or in 3 months, that puts them to mid-May. We'll still have about a month of school. So we can see if it's causing any problems.
All right, very good. Okay, gentlemen, motion to
So-
approve or disapprove the sign, and any
Well,
stipulations.
I've got
Go ahead.
one more comment.
Sure, sorry.
That's okay. I can either do it as part of a motion or just open discussion either way. I do think we should get a site distance confirmation from that driveway, even though, we ballpark numbers here today. It's part of our due diligence. So I am fine carrying forward a motion that a site distance study be done from the driveway to the north of the property, and conditioning the approval on having adequate site distance per state highway for this roadway classification. I just think it's in our best interest as a town, reviewing and approving body, to include something like that. I don't want to delay this project any further, and I feel that staff at the town is more than capable to confirm that they've submitted that document and allowing them to move forward.
I did look at my notes. I do have, if it'll help you, I do have a measurement from the existing sign, the drip edge there closest to Route 30 to the white line. I measured 19 feet. Is what I have in my notes. That helps you. To the white line on the road.
Yeah.
So this one will be about 2 feet back from that. So you should be about 21 roughly. If that helps you.
That really, to be honest, that really doesn't change my opinion. Due to the mass of this sign with the column base, combined with the utility poles that are running up through there, and knowing that this is a downgrade where motors tend to pick up a little bit of speed coming down through there, want to make sure we've got adequate sight distance.
Rob, I concur.
So with that, I make motion to approve the application conditioned upon an acceptable site distance study being provided to the town prior to issuance of any permits, that the hold times and transition times be equal to that which was previously approved, and that a 90-day review of sign operations once use has been commissioned, provided that that use or that window of time falls within school operations. So in other words, if it doesn't get in prior to the end of school this year, we will extend that operational review to September 15th of next year.
Got all that, Michelle? That was quite detailed. And he did it all in one breath.
You're on mute, Michelle.
I know. You don't want to hear what I'm saying.
I know what you were saying.
Okay.
I
We have a motion to
tried to
approve
simplify that one.
the application conditioned upon the acceptable site study to the town prior to the issuance of any permits. Hold time, sign properties, same as prior sign with 90-day review. And then I lost you.
Provided that the 90-day window falls within school operation period.
Okay. I didn't do
If
too
the
bad.
90-day, no, if the 90-day review falls during summer recess, then the time period will be extended to September 15th.
Schools. All right. So if it provided that 9 days falls within school in session, otherwise it's September 15th.
Okay. Bob, I think that's got it. From what she read back, I think she's good. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. All right, motion on the floor by Commission Member Graham for approval with stipulations as read by Michelle.
I'll
Okay,
second the
seconded by Councilman Cuneo. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of this motion signify by raising your hand to the camera. Okay, those opposed? Okay, motion has passed.
So
Mr. Thomas,
I just wanted to clarify, the site study you want is coming out of the adjoining property's driveway.
That's correct.
The same exact way that I did the other ones looking north, you want it looking south.
South.
Okay?
Oh, actually, it should be both directions from that driveway.
Okay.
Yeah, and this
You
is
shouldn't have a problem.
this is the private driveway to the north of the property, not their northern opening on their property. There's a private driveway just to the north of the property.
Right, just that driveway that basically runs right next to the sign. So,
Yep,
so
correct.
you want it looking, so you can see that looking south, just like I did looking north,
Correct.
to show that the sign is not going to block.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I had it right. Yep, we can provide that.
And Mr. Sticker, when you get that to me, then I will forward that to them, and then we can go ahead with your.
Okay. I'll have that to you within the next few days. We'll get it done.
Okay.
very good. Thank you for your time, Mr. Thomas. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everyone's time. You all have a nice evening.
Thank you.
You too.
You too. Okay, folks, that takes care of our agenda. Seeing that there's nobody from the public online for comment, I open it up to the good of the commission. Anybody?
Oh, well, I'm not going to start eulogizing Steve just yet, but I do want to just say that, Steve, you've been invaluable to the town of Manchester, and your steady hand has always been much appreciated. You've never been reactionary. You've always been proactive, and you've been a calm at times when a storm would have been very easy to come upon us. And life will go on, and I'm glad you're going to have an opportunity to enjoy it, but you will be missed. And we will reiterate that for about the next 6 months.
Very well said.
I do appreciate that, Henry. I tell you, this board is fantastic to work with. You people, I love working with this board, I gotta say. I mean, I truly, like working with the council, but this board, yeah, I mean, you folks think through things, you do not react quickly, and yeah, we have a good group here, I tell you. So thank you again. So.
All right, very good. So Michelle, we sounds like we're probably going to have stuff for the March meeting, which is slated for March 15th, 7 p.m. in Town Hall.
That's correct. And that's
Very
when I would really like some review of the Maverick project, the Maverick Solar project, and then whatever comments we do get back from Equine. See where they are.
It's been quite the long process. Okay, sounds good. All right, we will continue to give platitudes to Steve in the March meeting. And so we are on schedule for the 15th, 7 p.m. in Town Hall, in person, which will be great. And we'll move on from there. Anybody else have anything else?
I'll just mention, in case anybody wondered why I wasn't raising my hand during those discussions. Once Larry joined us, we had a full commission, so I just served as alternate.
Very good, Dale. Appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you. All right, folks. Thank you very much for your time this evening. Please be safe in your travels. We will
Need a
see you
motion?
in person on March 15th. Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that the meeting be adjourned.
Anybody else? All those in favor? All right. See y'all next month. Thank you. Michelle, thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Bryce, take care.
Thank you, you too.